Damn, that nigga got wings. What the fuck? That nigga's flying for real with his wings? I fuck around and get Modern Warfare 4, bro.
Number 45, Davion.
Did I still? I'm still, I know. Still fun though.
6'7", number 11.
Grab yourself the same. There it is. There it is.
6'7", number 22, Andrew Wiggins.
I gotta parlay in the Seahawks for the Titans.
Number 13,
Steelers, Bills, Patriots, Browns.
number 7, Giannis.
They put the Eagles on Friday. Yeah. Going down this season.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports.
Going down.
This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. We get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets, right there in 5th position, middle of the pack in the conference.
And I think for the Rockets, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Van Vliet out there with Thompson. And it's Durant in at small forward. And for Miami, we've got Thompson, Antetokounmpo out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Mitchell in at the point guard. How does the development, Greg, of role players affect the team?
It can be a major factor. Being able to fill the needs of a team, that's what it's all about. A shot here, a block there, structural players, critical.
Well, Durant looks close to automatic. I mean, he does not second guess or hesitate at all his shot selection.
Heat moving the ball around. Mitchell finds Giannis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Jabari Smith picks one up. Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title. But whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
He throw good. Giannis. Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. Thompson with the bucket.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Smith against Antetokounmpo. Banked in off the glass.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Van Vliet against Mitchell. And Adebayo sends it back.
And got to be careful shooting around Adebayo. An athletic big man who gets up as fast as anybody to block shots.
It's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Durant. Last time out he had 38 points. Wiggins kicks to Giannis. And stolen by Thompson. Pass to Van Vliet. Şengün with the screen for Van Vliet. The Rockets again can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Smith against Antetokounmpo. Out to the wing. Now Mitchell. Shot clock at 5. Floats it up for Giannis. Durant with the steal. And it's Houston on the break. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Şengün throws it down.
Şengün so effective around the rim. Great play.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And here's Mitchell from the arc. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with the statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Keeping his hands active and his feet moving, Smith Jr. able to disrupt the play.
Wiggins outside. Thompson against Thompson. Launches it. And the 3-ball is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
That one goes in.
It's a shot some guys don't like, but Van Vliet gets it dialed in.
Thompson against Thompson. Thompson passes to Antetokounmpo. And the cheat by Antetokounmpo.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Now here's Van Vliet. Pass to Durant. Offensive rebound. Şengün. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Mitchell. Nothing on the board. Kicks it out to Wiggins. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Smith over Wiggins. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Playing with fire and toughness. Smith Jr. doesn't let the foul stop him.
A different look for Miami. Portis, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Fontecchio's coming in for Andrew Wiggins. And Smith's subbed in for Mitchell. Houston also making some changes. Tari Eason's checked in for Durant. And Smart subbed in for Thompson. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple. When I came into this league as a defender, I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Thompson with it. Now Smith defending. And the foul on Tari Eason. That's his first foul. And the Heat with some changes. Nikola Jovic is checked in for Bam Adebayo. Young is subbed in for Smith. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella comes in for Şengün. And Shepard subbed in for Jabari Smith. Rockets leading by 5. To the inside. Tries from 7. Shot by Eason. No good. Heat have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Here's Jovic. The basket good. Off the assist from Young.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
The 9-foot shot, and it's Miami with the rebound. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked.
He got it in.
ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
It's all tied in Miami. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. We hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Shepherd out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then there's Smart, and it's Capella in at the center position. 6 to shoot. Thompson for 3. The rebound by Shepherd.
And even with good coverage defensively, that he has confidence to drill the 3.
Nice shot by Smart.
And the inside defense goes hard at Smart, but he's a clever player and just manages to get around it.
Miami trailing. Great Kentucky native Reed Shepherd followed in his dad's footsteps and stayed local for his college years.
How cool was that? His dad winning 2 national championships for the Bluegrass State, was named the MVP of the '98 college tournament, and he even had a brief stint in the NBA. Reed, the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 draft, blazing his own trail.
Mitchell, he's checked in for Miami, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Thompson, he's checked in for Shepherd. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's VanVleet. Good D by Thompson. The Heat shooting 43% from the field. Portis finds Mitchell. Here's Thompson. Inside, Klay Thompson.
Even though he does most of his damage along the perimeter, Thompson can also dial it up inside.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. For the past 10 games, these teams have been fantastic on rebounding. The Heat in second, the Rockets fourth.
Yeah, both squads just rebounding the ball so well here of late. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting matchup from a physical standpoint.
Nice shot by Thompson.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Heat. Trailing by 2. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Down low. Out to Thompson. Back to Eason. With the putback. It's rebounded by Jovic. The Heat have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And stolen by Eason. It's hauled in by the Heat.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Thompson outside. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
2 on the clock. Thompson from long range. Capella, and it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got his first basket of the night.
Well, Capella's tenacity is so impressive. I mean, he's got an unlimited abundance of energy when it comes to offensive rebound.
Now, Fontecchio. Still scoreless. Pass to Thompson. Takes the 3. Miami no good on that time either.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
And Thompson kicks to Van Vliet. Up top, Capella, defended by Portis. Capella dishes to Thompson. Back to Capella. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. It's good from long range. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 7 now for the Rockets.
Van Vliet has a quick trigger at the arc. He's not one to hesitate, not when he's got a shot like that.
Here's Mitchell. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Here's Jovic. And again, it's the Heat missing. Rockets leading by 7. Van Vliet passes to Easton. Now Capella. He's covered by Fontecchio. And it's Capella missing. Miami's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Van Vliet against Mitchell. Goes to the reverse layup and kicks it in.
Beautiful reverse using his body to shield the finish. Nicely done.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Make some noise, fans, for your Heat Breaker dance crew.
Houston making some changes. Şengün's checked in for Clint Capella. Smith comes in for Tari Eason. And Durant subbed in for Marcus Smart. 1:27 left to play in the first half. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. The Heat trail by 5. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Nice fluid motion off the catch there. And Wiggins becoming a dangerous jump shooter.
Thompson passes to Van Vliet. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Clark famously, Fred Van Vliet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked? Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials... Original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with...
The ruling on the floor stands.
Just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is. And how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The Heat making a switch here. Fontecchio's checked in.
You got to admire the steadfastness of Van Vliet. I mean, he's an anchor for his team because they know they can trust him.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Smith in the post. Giannis is there. And Şengün throws it down.
Muscling through contact. This is where Şengün's at his best.
Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Heat. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Off target with his 3.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Van Vliet against Mitchell. Yep, that one goes. Van Vliet's got 7 points. Right side out of Antetokounmpo. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets lead by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Good battle going on tonight. What has been the approach?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And thank you for joining us as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good for the Houston Rockets.
When you look at how they're getting their points, a good portion comes from inside. They're going right at the defense.
I like the aggressiveness. Don't lose steam in the second half.
Fellas, what do you say we take a look now at the power rankings?
Taking a look at Houston. They've hit a slight lull with their play. Come on, they're still a good team, but I don't see them playing with that edge right now.
You know, every team goes through some stretches like this. That's tough, man. But
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game, great performance by Şengün.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Klay Thompson is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Giannis in at the 4 slot. So that's where Spoelstra starts the second half with. Smith with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Pass to Şengün. Thompson outside. Smith with a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Smith's got the lead up to 8 now for Houston. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Miami. Giannis with a strong finish inside.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
And here is Van Vliet. He's got 7. Smith outside. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Plays the 4, but he can really shoot it from deep. And when he lets it fly, that shows you the confidence he has in that shot.
Here's Giannis. Off target with the jump hook. Houston leading by 9. Thompson outside. Van Vliet kicks to KD. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. You know, Clark, the Rockets have done a good job building a young foundation to this roster.
Yeah, I like what they've done, Kevin. They made big strides last season. It's a team that's really growing up right in front of our eyes, and there's no reason that they can't continue the trend they're on.
And Mitchell drops them both. 90 seconds now into the second half. Smith outside. Van Vliet with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Smith feeling it out of it. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Smith the pass to Şengün. Just 5 on the clock. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
The Heat trail by 9. Giannis outside. A Baseline J. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
When it comes to stuffing the stat sheet, Antetokounmpo does it very well in just about every category. But his greatest strength is he's a dominant scorer.
Van Vliet outside. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Simply a great play. Smith Jr. making that play look easy.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Smith against Antetokounmpo. Adebayo with a screen for Antetokounmpo. Puts it up for Adebayo. It's stolen by Smith. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
2nd team foul.
Rockets leading by 9. Van Vliet with it. 7 points in the game. Thompson looking for an opening. To the paint. Low block shot.
And you love how much heart Bam plays with defensively, working overtime on that possession.
Wiggins kicks to Antetokounmpo. That falls. High speed that time from Wiggins. Antetokounmpo's got 7 points here in this quarter. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Let them hear you.
Here now, the 2K leaderboard, showing us the best passing teams in the NBA over the course of the last month. The Heat 3rd.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they pass the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
Smith for 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Outside Portis. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. Smart, wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Heat trail by 9, and always hovering around the 50-40-90 mark. Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again. KD is right at the top of that list.
And it's Durant missing. Miami's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third.
First personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Şengün finds Smart. And here's Smith. Van Vliet outside. Şengün with a screen on Young. Another miss by Houston.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that.
Absolutely. Catching up on the changes for Houston. Clint Capella comes in for Şengün. And Tari Eason subbed in for Jabari Smith. Pass to Young. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They host the Clippers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Count that one from Van Vliet.
And he's got a smooth stroke from long range. Van Vliet doesn't just hoist them up. His 3-pointers are always going to be high-quality shots.
Young outside. Here's Larson. Wiggins in the post. Defended by Durant. Jovic. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Jovic has got 5 now.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom. Boy, he's been a different player here in the second half, looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Rockets. This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
I think it's been a disappointing year for him at the stripe, guys. I mean, he hasn't been as productive as he was last season from there.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Now in the game, number 22, Andrew.
Here's Wiggins. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Pass to Jovic. Wiggins in the post. Fires the 3. No good on the last second attempt there. Guys, it's been all about Fred VanVleet for the Houston Rockets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Alperen Sengun out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Shepard. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Thompson in at the shooting guard position.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The Heat trail by 16. Here's Fontecchio. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for Houston. Misses from close range. And Miami shooting 41% for the game. Adebayo against Eason. Here's Gardner. Off target from outside. Houston leading by 14. Thompson dishes to Smart. Pass to Sengun. Clark looking at the growth and skill set of Sengun. He could be special.
I agree 100%, partner. He's got an instinct for the game that you just can't teach. The passing, the ball fakes, the pace at which he plays, it's all there. Feels like he could have the same kind of development trajectory as Jokic. We'll see.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Back to Mitchell. On the wing, Thompson. It's stolen by Shepard. Shoots it. Here's Smart. The rebound by Mitchell.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Thompson from long range. Drops in the tray.
That is just picture-perfect beauty form by Klay Thompson.
Thompson passes to Shepard. Now Eason. Some nice passing there by Houston. Thompson the bounce pass. To the middle. On the clock. Here's Shepard. Another miss by Houston. The Heat trail by 13. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Houston. Eason's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Got a piece of it. Now here's Antetokounmpo. What muscle from Giannis on the finish.
The shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here.
Coming out on the court, your Miami Heat dancers.
Portis is checked in for Miami. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Mitchell. Houston also making some changes. Smith checked in for Tari Eason. Kevin Durant comes in for Shepard. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Smart. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Well, during the break, I listened in on Ime Udoka's huddle. Now, he told his guys not to get comfortable. He said, so we've got a little breathing room.
Highlight reels tough from Antetokounmpo. My goodness.
Another night we see Giannis at his best. This defense doesn't have a clue as to how to guard it.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's VanVleet. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Oh, such a field shot there.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for Portis. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And I love the way they've been attacking the basket. I mean, they've looked to penetrate every opportunity they've had, and they've done a nice job doing that.
Oh, good on that one.
You know, it's interesting. Some people say Wiggins should play meaner, but to me the most important thing is that he improves his overall game every year. You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
VanVleet against Wiggins. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Heat trail by 14. Inside. Antetokounmpo. Automatic.
You know, this is where Giannis still does most of his damage. He has the size, athleticism, and shot repertoire to hurt you inside.
And here's VanVleet from the arc. It's rebounded by Jovic. Jovic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Smith's got 6 rebounds now in the game. With the teardrop, and it's laid up and in by Thompson. And it's 6 points from Amen Thompson.
This coaching staff encourages Thompson to look for a shot, especially when he's in close.
1:41 left in the fourth. Here's Giannis. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Şengün with the screen for VanVleet. And Adebayo sends it back.
And a menace defensively. Adebayo with the swat. He's an all-defensive team member for a reason. Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Pass to KD. 1:02 left to play here in the fourth. And then Durant with the jam.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Rockets.
This is a game where the defense, Steele specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part
what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. Now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jabari Smith.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
Van Vliet can't get it to go. And here are the Heat. It's a 14-point game. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he drops it in from the low post. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. KD, a statement win. How satisfying is it for you?
It was fun. It was fun. We came out and played hard. Guys played together. And this is all I expected, man. I'm glad that, you know, we was able to get the win tonight. We're looking forward to the next game.
We're looking forward to seeing you out there again, man. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we present the player of the game, Jabari Smith.